Okay. Shut up. Okay, well, sorry. Norman, sit up. Ow, my foot. Okay, we're just a mess today. Ew, no, you have a big head. Okay, so if you guys saw our post on Facebook, we have a jar. Ooh, crap.
That didn't happen. You leave me alone.
Okay, well, if you guys don't know, we have a vase. Pass me that while you're on the floor. He's passing it to me. Okay, well, today we're doing a top 10, but we have this vase. And it has everybody's game requests or video requests
Ow.
in it. Norman, get in the video, not just your hand. Okay, but it has everybody's video/game requests. So if you guys want us to do a certain video, then comment below, and we will write it on a piece of paper and tape it. So, you know, you can't see what it... Bite me. At me, ho.
Try me, bitch.
This ain't no buildabeach.com. It's taped so we can't see...
Buildabeach.com?
Yeah.
Thought it was hugaho.com.
No, you haven't seen those memes on Facebook where, like, oh, girls need, like, perfect skin and long legs and, like, big boobs and big butt, but need to be really skinny.
The titties have turned.
And, like, have you seen that meme? No? Okay, just me. But yeah, so if you guys have video requests or game requests, just comment below and we'll write it in here. And if we pull it out, then we'll do the video. And if you guys didn't know we have a Facebook, our Facebook is Shorty and Giant. And our Snapchat is Shorty and Giant. And our Instagram is Shorty and Giant. So that is all of our social media. Is there anything you would like to say before we get started? Let me start reading.
Your name is good.
Okay.
Is there a question before we start?
Yes. Okay.
Let's drop some bombs in there. Allah Akbar.
Okay.
Read. Do you want to hear my adventures in the bathroom?
Yes. Describe.
There's a spider.
There's a spider? There's always a spider. You have, like, drool or something on your face. I don't know why you were drooling in the bathroom. But, okay.
They have a website for a reason.
Okay. Well,
I'm just kidding.
this story, we're going to be reading the top 10 scariest stories. Well, most. What is the title of this? Scariest, most bone-chilling stories you'll read all year.
What if my bones don't chill?
Yeah.
What if they're aggressive?
Shut up. Okay, so the first one is called This Is Maria. No? Okay. My husband and I live in a small, unincorporated town on the outskirts of a big city. Although we...
Unincorporated.
Like, it's a small town, like, not a lot of business, like... Dang it, Google isn't popping up. Web search.
Unincorporated area is a region of land that is not governed by a local municipal corporation. What's municipal?
Are you serious? Oh, there we go.
Relating to a town, a city, or its local government. What's a government?
You know what? Shut up.
Oh. Damn, okay.
I know what you were doing. You know what a government is. Okay.
Do I?
Although we were almost 50 years old, we are 30 to 40 years younger than any of our near neighbors.
What the hell? The neighbors are 90?
Okay. Most of them have grandchildren who visit regularly and drive them wherever they need to go. Sorry, I lost my spot.
They're close to
Not so for the man.
They're
What?
gonna die.
Not so for the man.
They're old.
Not so for the man I usually just called Professor. His wife, Elena, died 12 years ago. I only knew her briefly, but she and the professor were one of those life goals kind of couple. I loved spending time with them. They were both so... What's that word? What's that word? Right there. Oh my god.
Hit?
No, not deeply. I know
Deeply?
what deeply is. How do you say it? Like, speak it.
Erudite.
Erudite. Okay. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
Well, continue.
Let's just say they're both kind and witty and clearly still deeply in love. Elena's passing hit her husband hard. For the past year, he had been battling cancer with no bus service in a rural area. I can't say the word. Rural.
Stop! No, read. Oh, and cabs from town and expensive long wait. I ended up driving him to doctors. These people have horrible
Oh my
grammar.
gosh.
No, let me read.
You read like a robot.
You read like it. You read like a robot. This is how robots talk.
Just read,
I
Norman.
don't read like that.
I feel like you're trying to get our watch time up.
Nigga.
I feel like you're trying to get our watch time up.
No. Do you care if they watch?
Our
I
watch.
kind of do.
No, our watch time.
What's up?
Time. How many like? Do you not use the YouTube Studio?
Not really.
Our
not-
watch
not-
time matters.
So is it a good thing I'm trying to get it or a bad thing I'm trying to get
Yes.
I don't know.
It's good, but I thought you knew what watch time was. Guess
I did
not.
not. Okay, it sounds like you're talking about something. Then you're like, our watch time. Okay, let me read.
Oh my god.
Okay. The professor had been in the U.S. since his 20s, but he still retained a charming foreign accent. My name he pronounced as Ane. Ane?
Where you at?
Right there? Ane? Is that how you say that?
On.
No, because if you put a P right there, it's going to say pawn. So it'd just be
On.
Ane.
On.
Ane.
Oh, it must be like honor or something like that. On.
Ane.
On.
Ane.
On.
Ane.
On.
Okay, anyway. Usually when he phoned me, he would say, "Good afternoon, Ane." Sometimes he would call in the wee hours in pain, able only to guess, "Ane!" I would drop the phone and run to his house to help him with his meds or take him to the city's emergency room. He was adamant about not staying away from home. He knew the end was near and he wanted to go in his own bed. Rip. On October 1st, at almost 4 a.m., my cell phone rang, showing the professor's number. When I answered, a strange voice asked, "Ane?" "Yes," I answered. "Professor?" Okay, I can't do a giggly voice. I can't do it.
No, the giggly voice said. This is Maria. I'm taking him tonight. Then I
Woke up?
Then I woke up. I was sitting in my bed with the phone in my hand. My husband and our dog were sleeping soundly, so the phone hadn't rung, or had it. I started to call the professor, but if he was managing to get some sleep, I didn't want to disturb him. So I got up and dressed quietly, and the dog and I slipped out into the backyard. I could see the professor's house from there. No lights were on, and everything was quiet. I wasn't comfortable, though. Comfortable, though.
Comfortable.
Comfortable. Though, so I went ahead and... Jeez, I can't read. And dialed 25 rings, no answer.
Different reading on camera.
Yeah, it's like, I hate, like, because you can read really fast in your head, but then when you get called on in class, you're just like... Okay. I knew then... 25 rings, no answer. I knew then. I went back in
25 rings? Who stays on the phone that long?
No, they might have called 25 times.
Why would you call 25 times?
You know what? I don't know. Okay. I went back in and woke up my husband. We walked to the house and knocked. Nothing. We had to phone the sheriffs. They broke in. The professor had died, seemingly perfectly peaceful in bed. Because of our unincorporated location, any of the chores which would fall to the professionals sorry, in an urban area are taken up by the neighbors here. So that evening, with the deputy's supervision, the families on our block began to sort through the professor's papers. What?
What's up, neighbor? Oh, nothing. I just gotta go clean up a dead guy.
No, they go
Nothing
through
new.
his stuff and.
Oh, they don't clean up the body?
No, that's what the. They're not gonna go clean up they're going through his stuff, seeing what they want, seeing what they don't want.
So random people just take his stuff?
Basically, okay. We needed the deed.
The hell?
We needed the deed to.
The deed?
The deed to his burial plot and any kind of will or link to distant relations. I looked through a small scrapbook of old photos that was in his nightstand.
Oh.
There was no
What else
cousin
is in
Marco
his
from the old country or nephew Bob, NYC 1997. It was mostly pictures of Elena and the professor and their never spoken of young daughter Maria, who died in Oaxaca.
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca in 1971. That's creepy. No, this is Maria.
The one who's taking you.
Okay. The next one is called At My Window.
You know that one took 11 minutes?
That one took 11 minutes. Okay, we could do a part 2.
I'm gonna read all 10. It's gonna be like an hour.
So? You don't want to give up an hour of your life for our subscribers when we haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. This is why. It's going to be backwards to you guys, but it's Final Fantasy X.
Thank you. Thank you. Because had you said X, I would have hit you.
The iPhone X. Some people are calling it the iPhone X.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Boy!
At My Window. When I was little, it was just
Hey,
my
let me
mom
start
and...
off reading this time. You started off last time.
Yeah, well, you read slowly. You
You
wonder
read
why it took
slowly.
11
I
minutes.
don't read slow. Well, at least they can understand me on the...
If you couldn't understand me, why didn't you say anything? Exactly.
Let me read.
Hello? Hello.
Richie said yeah.
Ooh. I'm just kidding. He just said yeah. Calm down. We weren't talking about anything inappropriate. We were talking about the titties turning.
What?
Because you know how I was explaining to him about why that's a saying for us? Because, yeah. And
Looks like the titties have turned.
yeah. And then I finished my story and he was like, blah, blah, blah. Something about it being funny, like at that moment. And then I was like, yeah. And then he said, yeah. And then I said, yeah. And then he said, yeah. And then I said, yeah. And then he said, yeah.
Okay. Anyway. When I was little, it was just my mom and I in this tiny, tiny house in a small town. I have a freakishly good memory, so I can clearly remember the layout of my tiny room, which was the laundry room from the previous owners. Why did you do that? You just like randomly vibrated.
It's the reminder notification thing that turns on by itself.
Okay. It was long and narrow, with just enough room for my crib against one wall and a window high up on the other. Now, I've always hated windows at night. I won't look out them. I keep the curtains shut or run past them.
What?
I'm reading.
I said same.
Sure you did.
Okay.
You interrupt me for no reason? Wow.
Oh my gosh, Norman.
My fear has always been that I'll look out and see a face staring back. Same. What, can you relate to this?
Yes.
That one time I was cleaning the windows outside.
Okay, continue reading.
Oh, I'll try to tell the story. Okay?
Well, tell the story then.
Oh, so remember when we had to clean for chores?
Yeah. And you had to clean the
I was
windows?
outside cleaning the windows, and I guess Trin's door was shut, and I was cleaning her window from the outside. And she just walked in, saw me, and then just walked out and shut the door.
She's probably gonna go scratch her butt. I'm just kidding. She's probably just gonna, like, go relax, but...
Where did that even come from?
I don't know. I was watching Descendants 2 earlier, and... You know when the dog dude starts talking, and he was like, scratch my butt. And then he says, what? You do it all the time. To Carlos. Not Carlos, our brother, but Carlos, you know. No, okay.
I know.
I'm a Disney nerd. Okay, continue.
Ha! Nerd.
Loser.
You right? Anyway. You can continue.
Where are we going? After a bad breakup?
Yep.
After a bad...
What?
Are you trying to hit at something?
No.
I was like... Oh,
No, 'cause
no, okay.
I ended at the paragraph. And I saw how long that one was. I was just like, I don't want to read this.
Okay. After a bad breakup in my... Give me food while you're up.
Ow. I like fell asleep.
Okay. After a bad breakup in my early 20s, I moved back home with my mom. And after she observed this behavior, I told her my weird paranoia.
Yo, Fran, catch.
Make me real food, not just... This is what he handed me. You better catch it, because I swear if this gets smushed, Mom will kill you.
Oh! Skills!
Okay. She kind of laughed and proceeded to tell me that when I was about 2, I would scream and scream that there was a man in my window. I had nightmares, so she didn't really think much of it until one night. What?
You want titties?
No.
Where do you go with titties?
Give me the olives. With the fork. Don't you dare throw that. Give me the... Norman? Norman. Norman.
Really hot potato challenge.
No! Quit. Okay, but, I had nightmares, so she didn't really think much of it until one night she came in to shut me up. Oh, wow. To shut me up. And there he was. A man staring in my window. I looked at her like she would, like, oh my god, that was caught on video. Okay.
Really hot potato. Really hot potato.
Okay. I looked at her like she was nuts. How could I have not known this? Then she continued to tell me that the man was the father of one of her really good friends growing up. He was known for peeping into a single woman's windows. She didn't want to tell me I had... Oh, wait. That's the next paragraph.
She also... The bottom?
Yeah, that right there.
She also didn't tell me I had a... The hell did that say? Benign?
I guess.
Benign heart murmur, and when the doctor discovered it in once again my early 20s. That scared the shit out of me too. Thanks, Mom. Mother of the year. Wait, what happened?
There's a creepy guy staring in her window.
Did her mom know about it or what?
Once her mom found that the guy was doing it, I don't know what she did about it, but yeah. This took place when I was... Oh, this one says 911 calling. You don't like olives. What are you doing? I swear, Norman, if you're just sticking your sausage fingers in here, I'm gonna kill you.
I don't have sausage. My fingers are bony.
I don't care. Okay.
Look.
This one's called...
Ow, ow.
This one's called 911.
I don't want your olive anyway. Ew. Why did you see?
You're gonna go lick your fingers and be like,
First of all, why would I randomly lick my fingers?
I don't know.
I want to try one.
No. Here,
Yes.
try this one.
No, you squished it. Let me get one.
Cunt.
There.
Okay, so this one's called
I'm gonna go wash my face.
Okay.
My hand.
I swear if you come and scare me, I'll kill you. This one's called 911 calling for like what, the 5th time? Oh, I thought when you said you were gonna go wash your face, you were gonna go to.
It's awful. It's fucking gross. How do you eat those?
They're delicious. Okay, this took place when I was about 10 years old.
They're worse than the black ones.
Huh?
They're worse than the black ones.
These are really good.
Those are disgusting. Make me want to kill myself. Ew.
Okay. Okay.
That's fucking gross.
I keep saying okay.
That's disgusting.
My mom. Oh my god! This is why we can't have nice things. Okay. My mom had a rather quickly no. My mom had rather quickly filed for divorce, but she had only had a part-time job and made very little money. So finding a place to stay that was affordable and available immediately was
I can
tough.
tell I scared you. You scream like a little.
A friend of hers told her that she and her husband had a little mobile home that was currently sitting empty that we could rent, and we could rent it practically for free till we figured out something else. I immediately didn't like the house. Part of this, I'm sure, was due to my parents' divorce and having my life turned upside down. But it was also just the house itself. We lived in a mountain town, and the mobile home was way up a steep mile-long driveway. A beautiful pine tree surrounded it, but the house itself looked abandoned and out of place. It had 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so my brother and I shared a room, and my mom took the bedroom with the attached bathroom. Norman?
Hey.
She knew exactly who it was, too. Damn.
Oh, I was hoping you'd go in the cooler. Then why was it on the floor?
It was on the floor. It fell.
It was on the floor when I was cleaning.
Thanks.
Okay.
Catch that.
But, so, beautiful pine trees surrounded it, but the house itself looked abandoned and out of place. Oh, I already read that. The room with the attached bathroom. It was a very 70s home with wood paneling and dated fixtures. There were also areas that showed strange damage, like holes in the wall that were badly patched up. For whatever reason, I immediately refused to use the hallway bathroom, and I wouldn't even step into it. My mom never really asked me why or questioned it, but she let me use her bathroom. Anyway, my mom was gone a lot trying to find whatever work she could, so I would be home alone a lot after school on weekends. Each time I received the 911 call, I was by myself. My mom always told us not to answer the door, but we should always answer the phone in case it was her. So when the phone rang one afternoon, I figured it would be my mom since no one else really had our number yet. There was a woman on the phone who sounded very concerned. "Hello, this is 911 returning your call. We received your call, but we got disconnected," the woman said. I immediately got a sick feeling, and I told her I did not call 911. And she asked me if there was anyone else in the house who might have called. Norman, really?
What? What am I doing?
I can see your feet in the video. Okay. I said I was home alone, but then I started to get really worried, and maybe I wasn't. She said she would dispatch a police to our address, and maybe... Norman, quit! I will kill you. Quit.
Kitty. Oh,
I started to get... but I started to get really worried that maybe I wasn't. She said she would dispatch police to our address to make sure everything was okay. At this point, I was terrified to be in the house, so Norman? Quit.
What?
I will get your pillow and throw it in the litter boxes, along with your blanket. Okay. At this point, I was terrified to be in the house, so I sat outside nervously waiting for the police, who showed up in about 15 to 20 minutes. The officer asked me if I had called 911, and I said no, but they claimed I had called them. The officer just sort of shrugged sort of shrugged and said, This kind of thing sometimes can happen. They say that it can't be... They say that it can't... That the numbers can get mixed up, but it happens. He did a... He glanced around the outside of the house and left. I tried to convince myself that the officer was right. It had just been a mix-up phone call and hopefully whoever did actually called got the help that they needed. 1 month later, the same thing happened. I got another phone call from 911 saying that they received a phone call from my number. I told them again that it must have been a mistake. The woman on the phone scolded me a bit, telling me that 911 wasn't something to play around with, and I was preventing people from getting help. She didn't dispatch any police at this time. Again, I was really worried someone was in... What?
May I start with something?
What?
Okay, so what is 911?
911?
What is it? What's it used for?
The police? For emergencies?
Who issued that as an emergency phone number?
I don't know.
The government.
Okay.
What happened on September 11th?
The Twin Towers were bombed? Well,
What
airplanes.
is September 11th?
911. Yeah.
911 was made by the government.
Yeah.
So there's been rumors that they planned 9/11.
Yeah. I mean, it's
They're
pretty
both
obvious.
911. What if the government did do 9/11?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good theory because, like, there's evidence because of, like, videos and stuff like that. But, I mean, we never really know. But anyways, again, I was really worried someone was in the house. So I cautiously checked and made sure all the doors were still locked. I didn't know why, but I always kept the hallway bathroom door closed. Maybe because of the eerie feeling I got from it. As I was checking the house, I just knew someone was in that bathroom. I was terrified. Part of me felt like I needed to open the door to check. Maybe to prove myself wrong, but I was too afraid. So I sat in the living room, watching that door. It was so quiet in the house that after a few minutes, I swore I started to hear faint little sounds coming from inside, like a kind of shuffling noise. I asked my mom to check the bathroom when she got home, and she quickly looked inside. She made me come and look to see that it was empty, and I was letting my imagination get the better of me. The 911 calls happened 3 more times over the coming months, and only when I was home alone. The 4th time, the dispatcher told me that I could face criminal charges for what I was doing, and they would contact my parents. I hung up the phone, sobbing and terrified. I had the feeling that someone was in the house again, but if I called 911, they probably wouldn't even show up. I felt like the girl who cried wolf, only it wasn't me. It was like someone was playing a horrible, twisted joke on me. I sat and watched the bathroom door again, hearing noises like someone dragging their fingers across the door. I decided my mom was right, and I was probably just letting my imagination get away. I decided to try and leave the bathroom door open, so I wouldn't get freaked out by the thought that someone was in there. Then the 5th 911 call, this time though, after I hung up the phone with the dispatch, the bathroom door slammed shut. I ran. Norman, quit! I ran all the way down our steep driveway and found a place to wait till my mom pulled into the driveway. Norman, I'm going to punch you, and it's going to be somewhere that will hurt. Quit! Jeez. I ran all the way down our... I'll punch lower next time.
Hey. Oh, shit. Aw.
Jeez. All the way down our steep driveway and found a plate. I swear if you rip pages out of my notebook, I'm going to punch you. Quit. You're making our video longer than it's supposed to be. I ran all the way down our steep driveway and found a place to wait until my mom pulled up into the driveway. When she arrived, Norman,
What?
what are you doing?
I have an itch.
When she arrived, she was angry with me for leaving the house. But she saw how upset I was. I think maybe she thought I was acting out due to the stress of the divorce. I refused to
Ow, what's that for?
I refused to be alone in the house again. So we worked it out, and I would stay later at school or go to a nearby friend's house so she got off of work. Not long after this, we got a notice from my mom's friend that we needed to move out of the house
That's fun.
because she heard I don't think there's supposed to be a she there. Because her mom needed a place to stay. So I was grateful to be moving out. I told my mom she needed to tell her friend that someone was Norman.
Ow!
Wait! I am going to punch you in the nose.
I'm not doing anything productive.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know. Why am I not doing anything productive?
Because you keep messing around.
Is it because I'm black?
Oh my gosh. Yes, Norman, it's because you're black.
Fucking hate.
Yes. Because I totally hate against black people, and that's why you're living with us.
So your boyfriend's name is Black now. Which is ironic because he's pasty.
I'm going to stab you in the face.
Because I'm black?
I'm going to stab you in the face because you're being annoying.
So I'm annoying because I'm black?
Yes.
Does black annoy you?
Yes. I told my mom that she needed to tell her friend that something was wrong with the house, but my mom thought it was ridiculous. My mom thought that was a ridiculous way to pay back someone's generosity. I moved around a lot the next few years. I tried to forget about that house. It wasn't until I was older that I really thought about it. I witnessed an accident and had to call 911, and the fear and parent a car accident, I think. I don't know.
Sorry for asking a question.
Well, it doesn't say. And the fear and paranoia all came flooding back. I decided to do some research, which honestly I wish I had never done. A few years before we moved in, a woman was killed in that house in some kind of domestic dispute. It was days though before she was found shut up in the bathroom. That's creepy. Okay. Norman is being irritating right now, so we're gonna end the video here, and we will be doing a part 2 and maybe 3 because we only got through like 3 stories and there's 10. So yes, this video should be uploaded either I can't say today or tomorrow because by the time you guys watch this it will be already uploaded, but I'll just make a post on Facebook about it. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And if you guys want us to get Twitter or like something else, just message. Yes, message. No. Just comment below or email us at shortyandgiant7212. What? Some people still use email.
They're not cool, dog.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time.
Keep up with the swag.
No,
oh
okay,
boy.
no, you need to quit.
I'm a cool